Now here connect to the midpoint, the minor axis and okay, if midpoints are not showing, then go to tools, IntelliSketch, relationship, midpoint to switch on, say OK, to connect the midpoint. Okay, midpoint. Now from other end also, minor axis, connect to the midpoint. Okay. Now you take arc by center point. Now this is the center of the arc and this is radius. Okay. Now this is the so if the dimension color changes, you better delete. Not required. So that is means over constraint. Now remove the dimensions. It over constraint. Now here axis height we have taken is 60 mm. Now select center line type. Now from the center of the ellipse. Okay, so from here, so draw one line. Now you can specify the dimension, the 60. Okay. Now you join the generators. So from the apex point, make tangent to the arc. So this one I will convert into visible line style. Then this also will convert into visible line style. Okay. Then next. So above that we place a hemisphere. Okay. Hemisphere dimension we take 40 mm diameter. Okay, hemisphere 40 mm diameter. In the exam, whatever the dimension they will give, you take it. Okay, now again hemisphere, what we'll do, even manual drawing also, from, okay, select a line command, normal line style. From this apex point, you draw. Okay, so from the apex point, you draw that for 30-degree inclination. Now here for my reference I will place one horizontal line. Now this is 30 degree and this is also 30 degree. And a 40 diameter I have taken. So this is 40. So this is also 40. Okay. Then from here draw one line. So parallel line style. Okay. Next to trim. Now this is, here I will draw the top face of the hemisphere. Okay. Again we will draw connect the minor axis end to midpoint of the opposite side. Uh, Now here again I will construct the ellipse. Okay. Select the center arc by center point. Draw the arc. Now this is the center of the arc. Is the radius. Okay, connect here. So if the dimension turn in green, light green, you delete those dimensions. Okay, it will become over constraints. Okay, now this is the top face of the ellipse. Now we'll draw the base. Okay, means the surface of the ellipse. So arc by center point. Now this is the center of the ellipse. You select as a center point to draw the arc. Now this is radius. Right. Okay. Now we'll delete the construction lines. I will keep only which are required. Now here you zoom this portion, so you can trim this portion also. Let it be we required axis line. Now here so this one you make it visible and show the center line for ellipse also. The length is 20 because diameter we have taken 40 for hemisphere. My system is very slow today. Okay. Now I will tell the conversion. Please look at the screen. I will remove this also. You trim this portion. Okay. So before using scale command, better to save it. Actually, day before yesterday, I updated the Windows. Maybe that is the reason. Mm. So now we'll save it in EGL file. Uh, view demo. Okay. So now I have saved. Next I will use the scale command. Mm. So here in move command option, download arrow, this is scale. Okay. Select this. Now here it is given. Click on elements to modify in status bar. Okay, I want to convert this complete combination, cone as well as hemisphere. Okay. Now in the scale factor, you type 0.816 scale factor. That is isometric scale factor. Okay, 0.816. Then press enter. Then you click at this corner. Okay, now it is converted to the isometric scale. Okay. So for any isometric drawing, after completing for a true dimension or a actual dimension, convert to the isometric scale. Okay. Now this is the scale command. So that is the option is available in a move, rotate, mirror, scale here. Okay. Okay. Now this is a demo for the isometric. Next we'll solve one solids. One or two problems I will solve for different commands where I can use different commands. Okay. Okay. Now I will insert the sheet. Even in exam also, you need not to keep the this background. Okay. Uh, you hide that background. Then in the same file, uh, you insert three sheets because the three sheets are enough for a three problem. Okay. So insert the three sheets and type your USN. And once you complete the software part, you can give a printout. So we'll solve 50th problem. Problem number 50. Uh, the question is a cone of base diameter 40 mm and axis length 50 millimeter is resting on HP on a point on the circumference of its base such that its apex is at 40 mm above HP and its top view of the axis is inclined at 60 degree to VP. Draw the top and front views of the solid. Also determine the inclinations of the axis when the base is nearer to the observer. Okay. Okay, now this is the question. So it's not clearly visible. Even PDF also it is like that. For your, I will read out once again. A cone of base diameter 40 mm and axis length 50 mm is resting on HP on a point on the circumference of its base, such that its apex is at 40 mm above the HP and its top view of the axis is inclined at 60 degree to VP. Okay. Draw the top and front views of the solid. Also determine the inclinations of the axis when the base is nearer to the observer. Okay, we'll solve this. Actually, here also XY line is not available. Those were installed in home and they also did not get that we have to create it. Okay, no issue. Anyhow, in the lab it's available, you can use it. Otherwise, you can use a thin line and thick line, that's enough. Okay, I will draw the XY line. Now, this is X, Y, VP, HP. Okay. Now, cone base diameter 40 mm and axis length 50 mm. So, we will use the line command, visible line style, sorry, circle, because the cone base diameter 40 mm, circle. So, draw one circle. So, diameter is 40 mm. Okay. Now, zoom this portion. Okay. So, we have to divide this into any number of even parts. I will divide into 8 equal parts. Okay. So select the line command and the normal line style. Now when you place a cursor on a circle, so you will get a center. Okay. So from the center you draw one horizontal line. Okay. Then next, this is the select tool. Click on that select tool. Select the line. Now here you can see. Now this is offset. Below that pattern. Okay. I am selecting the circular pattern. Circular pattern. Okay. Now you check the click for the center point of the circular array. Now center of the circle. You click. Okay. Next, here count. I want to divide into 8 equal parts and I want to divide a complete 360 degree, means complete circle. Okay. Then say finish. Clear. Okay. First you draw a line, select that line, then select the circular pattern, then click for the center point of the circle, and then give a count 8 and 360 degree, then press enter. So your job is over. Okay. Then axis height is 50 mm. Yes, sir. Base diameter is 40 mm. Axis height is 50 mm. Okay, first I will draw the projectors, vertical projector. And you can name immediately after doing partition. Okay. Okay, I will name this small letters. This is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. Now axis height is 50 mm. Select a center line type from here. Okay. So length is 50. Then this one I'll name. This is O1. Okay. Next we'll draw the base of the circle. I'll select visible and style. Now this is the base of the cone and connect to the apex point. When it shows the end point, then only we will click. Next we'll draw the generators. I will select a thin line. So this is one generator, and from here there is one generator. Connect to the apex point. Now if you want to name it, this is A, this is B dash, H dash, C dash, G dash, D dash, F dash, E dash. Okay. Now the axis height is 50 mm I have drawn. Okay. Then next. Okay. Okay, now it's proper. Next. So 50 mm is resting on HP on the circumference of its base such that its apex is at 40 mm above HP. Okay. Now this is the apex point. Now it is 50 mm above HP. Now we have to rotate it till it comes to 40 mm above HP. Okay. Okay. Now we'll zoom this portion. The line command. I will select a thin line, normal line style. So draw one line. So the question is given, it must be 40 mm above HP. Okay. So 40 mm above HP. Next. Uh, so I will move this front view first. So use the command move and copy. Next click on elements to modify. I will select this and select base as a reference to move it. Place it here. Okay. The next, rotate. So this apex point must be on this line. Okay, 40 mm. Now it is a 50 mm above. So I have to tilt it for the 40 mm. So rotate command, cancel the copy. Now select click on elements to modify. Now select center of rotation. So now one point I select as the center of rotation. Then apex point I will consider as a reference to rotate. Then you rotate like this. So so point on element. Okay. So while doing manually also, first if you suppose you name it as some A, B, now this is E. You mark E here, measure E to O. So E to O you measure and cut it. Then E to A, you cut the arc. Then O to A you measure, O to A you, then you will get this sketch. Okay. Now you can show the angle to the axis if they are asked to determine the angle, inclination. Now we draw the top view. So normal line style. So draw a vertical projector. from all the points. Okay. Now here I need to draw ellipse. Okay. Uh, because when you see from top, since it is inclined, so here you can see the ellipse. Now I will zoom this portion. Now command is, so here the circle, the downward arrow. Here ellipse by center point. Select that. Now click for the center point of the ellipse. So this one. Then select the major axis G point and here. Okay. Okay, I have drawn the thin line. So make it visible instead. Thick line. Then line command. Now this is O. So from O, connect this. Make a tangent. Tangent. Okay. So there it will show the tangent. Even drawing manually also, you draw the smooth curve and draw the tangent. Okay. Then if you want, you connect the generators also by using thin line, normal line style. So this is one generator. Actually, it must be hidden. I will do it later. Then from here, okay. So here, this top it should be visible, and the base is the slope is like this. Okay, so base is not visible when you see from top. So the base must be half of the base ellipse must be hidden. So for that, we first will split it. Okay, split command. Okay. So yesterday few students asked it to give the demo for the split command. Okay. Now the split command. Now the option available is here, trim. Okay. So split. Okay, split command. Now click on element to split. I want to split this complete ellipse. Select that. Okay. Next, click for the first split point. So all this point I want to split at these points. Okay, we have divided into 8 equal parts here. So those salient point I want to split. Okay, I will select the first split point is this one. Okay, I will click on this. Then click for the second split point here. Then again click on a element to split, split point, 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 element to split, split point. So element to split, split point. Okay. See, I have splitted or divided all these points. Okay. So like this. Next. Actually, if you before rotate, there is one more option. you can use that before rotate, move and rotate. Here, yeah, this is rigid set. Okay. So what you can do, you can make a rigid set this. Okay. So this is a rigid set. It's available in relationship toolbar because sometimes the shape may change when you rotate. So to avoid that, we use this rigid set. Okay. Now next, we'll read the question. A cone of base diameter 40 mm and axis length 50 mm is resting on HP on a point on the circumference of its base such that its apex is at 40 mm above HP. So till here we have drawn. Okay. And its top view of the axis is inclined at P. Now here there is one word, top view. Okay. So since it is there, you need not to draw locus. If it is not there, then you must draw locus. Okay. Now here it is there. Its top view of its axis is inclined at 60 degree to VP. So when you see from a top, so the angle is 60 degree. So no need to draw locus. Even though here the axis dimension is changed. Okay. So actual axis dimension is how much? 50 millimeter. Now we'll check because axis is inclined to VP. Now you check the dimension. Now it shows the 44.76. Yesterday one of the student asked a doubt, means night. Sir, when to draw beta and non-beta problem? Okay. So beta problems are the, I use the term, the locus, to draw the locus. Okay. So when you must draw locus, so this is the first position. This is the second position. Now I am drawing a third position. For the third position, the data is this one. I means axis is in any feature is inclined to VP. Okay, that is the data required for a third position. Okay, inclined at 60 degree to VP. So for which feature it may given to the edge, or it may given to the median, or it may given to the axis. Okay, for which feature they have given the inclination to VP. So that dimension you check in the second view here. So here you check. If the dimension has been changed, then you need to draw the locus. Remember. I will repeat once again. In the third position to draw, the inclination with respect to vertical plane will be given. For which feature it is given, that feature dimension you change here. Okay, in the second top view. If the dimension has been changed, okay, then you draw the locus. If the dimension is not changed, then no need to draw locus. That is one condition. Okay. Hopefully everyone is listening. Okay. Then a second condition, if it says appears to be or top view, then that kind of words are there while specifying the inclination with respect to vertical plane. Then you don't no need to draw the locus even though dimension has changed. Remember these 2 points. Yeah, I will. Anyhow, now you saw the first position, second position, and third one. I will put it that note I will send to CR later that you can remember. Okay. Okay. Now I will draw the 60 degree to VP. Now you select the line command, normal line style. So draw one line. Okay, draw one line. Now specify the angle. How much it is given? 60 degree. So type 60 degree. Okay. 60 degree. Now I have to, since it is given top view, no need to draw locus. You just directly copy this cone, top view of the cone, and place it here. Okay. So what we'll do? Move command. Then you select this. You select the apex point to move as a reference. Place it on 60-degree inclined line. Okay. So here I have not drawn the axis line. So what we'll do, we'll trim this portion. So from here to here. So line command, center line type. Okay, naming also I am not doing to save the timing. You must do. Okay. So you can draw here one more center line because I have not copied that. Length anyhow I know here 44.76. Okay. Okay. Now this is O1. This is O. Okay. Now we'll move it. Rotate. Rotate command. Click on elements to modify. Select this cone. Now this is the center to rotate. This is the point to rotate from. Place it here. Okay. Then next final view. Use a normal line style. So this is the apex point. So the line must be vertical. Okay. Now from all these points, now this is A. Now this is A. Okay. Now this is A. Okay, this is A. Next B. Now this is B. Next C. Now this is C. D. Okay. Next E. Next F. Next G. Next H. Okay. So now we'll join this. So first I will use the line command, visible line style. Now this is A, B, C, D, E F G H connected. Okay. And O, okay, lane style, normal lane style. Now this is O here. Okay. Next O1. Uh, then use the line command. First I will make it a curve. Then I will connect this. I will zoom this portion. Now select these lines. Okay. The visible line styles. Select tool. Select this visible line style. Okay. Only base to select. Then here convert to curve. Sorry, second one. Convert to curve. Select the lines and click on this convert to curve. It automatically will convert as a curve. Now I will give a shape. Select tool. See here middle node. Place the cursor. When it shows the plus point, to convert it. To give the smooth shape. Okay. So you give the shape. Then later the now O are generators. Okay. Visible instant. So this is O. From here, make it a tangent. Okay. So draw the thin line, make it thick line. And then finally you draw the center line. Center line. O2, this is O1. Okay, center. I have not named, but you name it in exam. Okay. Okay. Now this is a projection of solids. Then one more I will solve the prism. Actually, there is no new command. If a interested student can stay back. I will tell one shortcut for while drawing the manual sketching. In the for the last view, okay. We'll take a problem on a pentagonal prism. We'll take one more problem. The problem number 12, okay, from the solids. I will take an hexagonal prism. Okay, so the question is like this. A hexagonal prism, 25 mm sides of base and 50 millimeter axis length, rest on HP on one of its corners of the base, such that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests make equal inclinations with HP. HP. Draw the projection of the prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and VP at 30 degree. Okay. Now for this I will give demo. So for the final view, I will tell one simple, one shortcut. It will save only hardly some 30 seconds or 1 minute. Okay, still we'll see the solution. Okay. Mm. So explain. I will complete it fast. Okay, within 20 minutes. Anyway, there's no new command. Only some shortcuts we'll see. Then select the visible lens type. A hexagonal prism 25 mm size of base and 50 axis length rest on SP and one of its corner. So corner means you must draw like this. It's a hexagonal prism. Now what is the base side? 25 mm. So specify any one dimension 25. Then use equal relationship. Here equal relationship. Okay. Then you specify the angle. So for a hexagon 120 degree inside angle. For pentagon 108 degree. Remember. So specify any two angles. That's enough. And now we'll check. Okay, it shows 120 degree. 120 degree. Okay, fine. Now you can remove that unwanted dimensions. Uh, Now here you can name it ABCD. Okay, name A1. Then you draw the diagonal. So draw any two diagonals to locate the axis line. Okay. So now this is, I will take this is A1. So top face corners I will name it as a ABCD. Base corners A1, B1, C1, B1. Okay. D, B1. Okay, let it C, C1, D, B1, D, B1, F, F1. And this is O, O1. Now base side is 25 mm, axis side is 50 mm. So here from the apex, sorry, from the center location of the center line. So this is no, this is center line, axis. Now what is the height? 50 millimeter. Now we'll draw the normal lens state. Okay, we'll use visible lens state. Now this height must be 50. Otherwise, you can use the relationship toolbar. Equal. So this must be equal to this. Okay. Now we draw the base. Actually, the projection lens also I used the visible lens style. I will make it normal line style or thick line. Okay. Now this is the front view of a hexagonal prism. Next, so axis is inclined to spread 40 degree. Now use the move command, move and copy, click on elements to modify, place it here. Okay. Then rotate, select this. Now this is 40 mm the rotation angle. Then position angle also you give 40 mm. Sorry, 40 degree. Okay. Rotation angle as well as position angle. If it is a pyramid, then you have to select a base to rotate. Since it is prism, I have selected the longer edge. Remember. Okay. Okay, now this is 40 degree. Then I draw a vertical projectors. Now these two lines I have drawn inclined, means by mistake it happened. If that happened, you just select those lines and here vertical or horizontal. Okay, you click on that. Okay, so vertical or horizontal, you click it and it automatically it will come. Takudu. A line command. Okay. Now to identify which are the lines are visible and which are the hidden, the observer is here. And here you can show the arrowhead. If you have forgotten, I will remember this. The leader line. So to show the direction of the arrow. Okay. This placing this arrow, you do it at the end, if possible, because it will increases the mark, but not necessarily. Okay. At the end, if you have enough time, then you place this arrowheads. Otherwise, no issue. Okay. Just spending a time in single problem to make it too much decoration. Don't waste time like that. Okay. Complete the solution. Okay. Hmm. Now we'll draw the top view. Uh, okay. Now this three lines. Now this is the top face. Now select the visible line style. So top face must be visible. Now this is J. Now this is J. Okay. If you name it, then it is easy for you. Okay. This is J. This is B. This is C. This is D. This is E. If it is not showing the intersection point, only showing the midpoint, then go to Tools, IntelliSketch, Relationship, temporarily close the midpoint. Okay. So intersection point, I connect it here. Then this is the topmost edge. This one. Okay, that is visible. Next, boundary. Boundary of the sketch is visible. Now this is the boundary. Now we'll draw the base. Later I'll convert into hidden lines. Next, this one, B to B1. This is B1 visible. Next here, F to F1 is visible. Now, here you can select these two lines. These two has to be hidden line. So here you can convert here. Otherwise, the line command, here you can select a hidden line style. Any, whichever is easier, that you can select. Okay. Okay. And draw the axis line also. This is axis here, O2, O1. What we'll do, we'll select the line type. Now this is O, this is O1. Okay, center enter. Now what it says, the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and VP at 30 degree. Okay, now axis is inclined to VP. Now this is the axis O1. I will name it. Okay, now this is O, is the axis line. This is O1. Similarly, here it is O dash, O1 dash. This is O dash, O1 dash. Okay. Okay. Now axis is inclined to VP. So now we'll take the dimension of the axis here in the second top view. So it is 58.3. Actual length is 50. Then you draw the locus. Okay. So that is how to identify when to draw locus or beta angle, beta problem or non-beta problem. Okay. Actually beta is a apparent inclination. Okay. Now we'll draw a line for given inclination, that is VP at 30 degree. So 30 degree, for 30 degree we'll draw a line. This is 30 degree. Okay, now we'll place this here. We'll zoom this for a better view. Now here move command. Select this. Now select O as a reference point to move. Place it here. Okay. Next, rotate. Select this prism. Now this is the center of rotation. Sorry, here we need to draw a locus. I forgot, sorry. So to draw a locus, arc by center point, select any point here. The true length of the axis is 50 mm. So 50 mm radius, you cut the arc. Okay. Then from the intersection of this arc and line, draw a straight line. Then again you select the arc by center point. So when you place a cursor on the arc, it will show the center point of the arc. Select that. Now apparent inclination length is this one, 38.3. Now give the radius 38.3. Okay. Then you connect this. Now above this line, I have to place this one. Okay. Sorry, I forgot that in a previous step. Okay, move command. Select this one. You select O as a reference. Place it here center. Okay. Now we'll zoom this. While rotating, carefully we should select it. Okay. Now we again rotate. Actually here, okay, I will draw one second. Okay, now rotate. Select this. Don't cover this arc and all. Okay. Uh, Otherwise, those arc also get rotate along with the prism. Okay, now I have selected it. Rotate. Uh, so rotate. Now click for the center of rotation here. So this is point to rotate from here end point, that is O1. Place it here. Okay. Yeah, it is going above XY line. So what we'll do? So here in the drawing, it is easy to move it down. Okay. So it's going above XY line. So again you go to move command. This time you cancel the copy. Select complete drawing. Select any one point, just drag it down. Okay. So this is now top view. Okay. Now the final view. So here one shortcut. Now I will tell that is hardly easier one. Okay. First, what we'll do, normal line style. Now base is nearer to the observer. Okay. So base is nearer to the observer. So what we'll do as a manually also, from all these points we draw the vertical lines. So here 6 points, here 6 points. 12 lines will draw. Now you don't draw all the 12 lines. First what we'll do, now this is A, B, C, D, E. Now this is A. Now here it is A. Okay. Okay, now this is A. Okay, now this is A. Okay. Next B. So here it is B. I am drawing the base one, B1. This is C1. This is C1. Next, this is D1. Next, this is E1. Next, this is F1. Okay. So any of the base is nearer to the observer, so you make it visible lines. Now only. Before drawing this all these lines. Then it will be easy. Now this is A, this is B, this is C1, D1, E1, F1, A1. So you draw this. Then next, now I will draw the A1. Okay. Sorry, top face, A. Base is ready. Now the top face. Now this is A and this is A. Now we have this is A1, this is A. Now you draw the A1 longer edge. A1 longer edge. Okay. Once you draw this, now what we'll do, we use the move command, move and copy. So select this base, only select the base, now this one. Okay. Now we'll select this is as a reference point to move, place it here. Okay. So later you make these two edges are hidden. Then now you need not to draw all these vertical edges. At the end you can draw. Now just connect this. Now this is A1, B1B, C1C, D1D, E1E, F1, F. Okay. So here you make this is hidden edge. So whichever hidden edges are there, you just make it. If you draw all the lines vertical and horizontal projectors, here will get the confusion in prisms. Right, you have experienced it in manually also. That's why first you draw only base and here also base, because whichever is visible, that you make it, then draw one longer edge, then move it. Okay, it will be easy. Okay. Uh, then later you can draw all vertical edges here by using normal line style. Like here, just simply you draw like this. It will connect somewhere. It will be actually proper just to draw vertical edges like this. You need not to search whether it's coincided or not. If you have drawn it properly, definitely it will be coincided. Okay. From here also, draw. It will be easy. So somewhere here O1 will be there. That also you can connect.